This is Guru Focus First Look, your morning market brief for Thursday, July 30. Here are the stories driving markets today. Microsoft stock surged 8% after the company reported record quarterly revenue exceeding $90 billion, driven by Azure cloud revenue surpassing $100 billion for the first time. The company also announced increased capital spending to meet rising demand for artificial intelligence services, signaling confidence in sustained growth. Turning now to Meta Platforms, shares fell sharply after the company issued disappointing revenue guidance and reported declining free cash flow in its latest quarterly results. The weaker outlook weighed on investor sentiment, following a period of strong performance for the social media giant.
Apple shares reached an all-time high ahead of CEO Tim Cook's final earnings call, with investors anticipating third-quarter results following recent price increases on Macs and iPads. The company is expected to report after the market closes today. Another story we're watching is Starbucks, which saw its stock climb after reporting a 7.9% increase in same-store sales for the third quarter and raising its full-year earnings guidance. This marks the fourth consecutive quarter of comparable sales growth for the coffee chain.
Meanwhile, Shell posted adjusted earnings of $9.8 billion for the second quarter, its highest result since 2022. The strong performance was attributed to surging oil and gas prices amid ongoing tensions in the Middle East. Staying with earnings, Samsung Electronics shares fell 5.2% despite the company posting better-than-expected quarterly profits. The decline was attributed to investors unwinding leveraged trades in artificial intelligence, even as strong demand for AI chips boosted results. Also making news, U.S. stock futures rebounded in pre-market trading as investors digested major technology earnings and looked to recover from the previous session's sell-off following the Federal Reserve's policy update. Turning to global markets, Asian chip makers extended losses overnight due to concerns over artificial intelligence valuations, while oil prices slipped after recent volatility tied to Middle East tensions. Global shares were mixed as a result. In regulatory news, the U.S. government announced a ban on new foreign-made humanoid robots and related technologies, citing national security concerns. China responded by threatening retaliatory measures, escalating trade tensions between the two countries. On the health front, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported more than 18,000 cases of cyclosporiasis across 45 states, with many linked to recalled lettuce. The outbreak has impacted restaurant traffic nationwide. This next story is about Yum! Brands, which reported mixed second-quarter earnings and did not provide an update on the ongoing Cyclospora outbreak linked to Taco Bell. The company launched new $1 menu items in an effort to attract customers amid the health concerns. Elsewhere, Hims & Hers Health shares dropped 10% after the Federal Trade Commission filed a lawsuit alleging improper data and billing practices. The company stated it will contest the claims. OpenAI and Hugging Face disclosed further details of a recent cyber attack, revealing the breach was more extensive than initially reported. Investigations into the incident are ongoing.
In real estate news, New York City has paused several office-to-apartment conversion projects after structural issues were discovered at the former Pfizer Tower, prompting citywide safety inspections. Finally, the American Red Cross declared a national blood supply crisis for only the second time in its history, following a 25% drop in available blood donations. That wraps up today's market update. We'll be back soon with the latest market news. Thanks for listening to the Guru Focus Brief.